Hello from the land of endless crises. One of my loyal warriors, Killer Lion, is dead, but his memory lives on. The bandits in our lands are proving more difficult than anticipated, with previous combat training making them more powerful than our ragtag group of sellswords. Our economic woes are not entirely resolved yet either, but with our fields fertilized and ready for planting, we should be back where we need to be before long. So here we are back in Zeroville, and it is nighttime currently. We actually have this person, Sillamore, has the rutabaga fever and is just over here sleeping on the ground. I don't know what that's about. There's plenty of beds. They're jobless, so maybe that has something to do with it. But there's definitely plenty of housing, so I don't understand why they're just sleeping in front of the market unless they have loss of mobility, so that's part of it. There was also a fight. I think it was a bandit, and I believe they got killed without issues. But in the last episode, we basically started to get prepared here for this bandit camp that we're going to try to attack soon. And we are still waiting on that final mercenary to get here. That will be 16 hours, and hopefully that will be enough to take care of it. Otherwise, we're just waiting for the night to end, and for Sadibor to be ready to be woken up so he can go and do his daily dues. So everybody's heading to the temple now. I may possibly make this one just purely for peasants and have everybody else try to make use of this one. In fact, let's maybe just do that now. Lords and prisoners, they don't need to go here. This can be purely for peasants, and then the last 5 peasants can go up there. This will just kind of save on commute times. It won't really make the biggest difference. But the warriors can go from here and kind of just shuffle on in over here. These lords can also make it over here pretty easily. And of course we don't have prisoners, so that should be fine. And then all of the peasants can just commute straight over to here and then just go straight to work from there. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, so it's not really the biggest deal, but it is something we're going to do. Now also, we did lose Lion in the last episode. I think they were the only ones we lost. So I did find Walk and Meat back here. We did, of course, lose Lion, and Guxweed is one of our lumberjacks. I don't think he was one of the ones that died. So he should be over here somewhere. Yes, okay, so Guxweed is still alive. So Lion, if you want to just become a warrior again, we will go ahead and do that. We'll just have to pick which one we're going to choose. And in fact, I will just go ahead and give you the strongest one for right now. So, same thing as before. Killer Lion. Did I spell that correctly? Yes, I did. Okay, there we go. So, we have, once again, a Killer Lion. This is Killer Lion 2. We're gonna... Killer Lion Jr. So, there you go. You get a second character. If you would like to move over to something else, or if you would just like your character to remain dead, that is an option, so just let me know. But okay, we're going to have Sadibor go ahead and get to his inspections. Now, one thing that's kind of funny is Turno is actually requesting help from us now. And I think I got another request from somebody just shortly before the last episode ended, and I just kind of ignored it. That's kind of funny. They were trying to conquer us, and now they are requesting our help with everything. Now, Perla really wants us to get rid of this bandit camp, so we need to get on that as soon as possible. So I've just been following Sadibor a little bit while he did his inspections, and somewhat predictably, he actually just tried to walk straight down here. And we don't really want that. What I think I'm going to do, we're just going to prep these barracks. Place one there. And one there just so I know about where I want to make these next paths. And we'll just disable the construction on them. And let's see, so he actually walked kind of like down through here. So we're going to go ahead and just make this path right here. I think I made that a little bit too long, maybe? Nope, okay, that was actually perfect. So that should help him. Now, this is where things get difficult because, as you can see, the time is getting close to the end of the shift and everything, and he is not even quite done with these inspections. because he's having to walk all over the place. So even though I've tried to make everything tightly compacted, this is getting problematic. And especially with how big the pig farms are, it just takes him forever to get over to these because they just take up so much space. They get so far to the outskirts, and then we also have these lumber mills way out here, as well as this one right here as well. So it is something that we're having to contend with, but there isn't a lot we can actually do about it at the moment. Alright, so our warrior did arrive, and Sadibor is going to drink probably, but he's actually got good moods. We'll just send him to study. Now, I just want to look here. It looks like they had the order on the moonshine. Did they actually put it? They put the rutabaga. At least some of it is still in the stores. So hopefully that'll get sold. Hopefully people will eat because they are severely hungry. Yes, okay. Yeah, there's the rutabaga stalks. Are getting added to our stores, probably from the farms. That's good. Where are we at on moonshine? We're good there. Okay. And we've still got a fair bit of money. We just still have the unemployment issue, but I think that should finally get resolved tomorrow. Alright, so looking at this bandit camp now, let's go ahead and see what it gives us as far as chance. So we'll add all of these guys in, give them all maces, of course. 49%. Okay, I was expecting better. Now, what's going on here exactly? Because 7 to 15. Oh, yes, because that's because we have the scenario that makes all of these bandits a little bit stronger. I keep forgetting about that. So I don't think we can actually take care of this just yet. But we will take care of it soon. We're probably gonna need at least, I would say, not necessarily double their strength, but pretty close. We'll probably need at least 10 soldiers is what I'm thinking. Oh, we actually get lucky today though. We have 2 mercenaries here that are each 3 in combat skill that we can actually train later on, and they're only going to be 56 gold, adding 18 total taxes. And there's actually another one right here. Should we get him too? It's definitely pushing it with the amount of money that we have, but I think we can do it. Alright, so that gives us 3 more. We may actually be able to take this on once we get those soldiers in. For reals this time. Okay, back to Sadibor, and he is just in the hall enjoying the moment, apparently. Not too sure what that's about. What that actually... He's just sitting here. Just staring blankly. Alright, so we'll just send him... He was gonna go eat. Okay, yeah. Cancel that. Have him study. He's only 3% of the way on the brewery. It's actually taking... I know I sent him to do studying for a short amount of time, but... obviously not very long, because it's ticking up pretty quickly. Now that he's actually studying. He just does not seem to want to listen very much lately. I don't know what that's really about. I thought it was mood, but as you can see, his mood's fine. And he just keeps doing it, so I don't know. He just does not seem to want to listen at all. I think part of it is probably when he gets certain negative moods, like fatal fatigue, he'll just probably really try to fulfill that. Like, he's really trying to eat right now, even though he's only mildly hungry. So, there's probably also a little bit of a waiting to the amount of time that he'll actually like study a book at a time. Maybe it's an hour or 2 or something, and then if he has strong needs, then he'll go and try to take care of those. We're just gonna let him eat because he's gonna need to go to bed after anyways, so I'm not too concerned. Now, something kind of funny, in basically every single playthrough we've always had issues, and as you can see, the hovering thing glitch is happening again, but we're gonna ignore that. So basically in every single playthrough, the priest always seems to hate one of our characters, usually our king, but usually somebody. And in this playthrough, we haven't even been maintaining our relationship, and he just likes us. It's just working, and I'm okay with that. Now Sadibor is trying to go and pray. We're totally fine with that. His mood's so good that I don't think we need to worry about it much, but he only really needs to worry about inspections right now, so I'm not gonna complain too much about this. Does look like they are getting these repairs done. This one just needs its instructions. How are you doing there, Sadabor? Finish that up and go to the next one. Alright, it looks like the rest of them are doing pretty good. We need to set this one to build first, and hopefully that'll fix that. He's trying to go eat again, as you can see. He doesn't even have the hunger moodlet at all, so I have no idea why he's doing that. Okay, so now we have, instead of unemployed, we actually have 3 extra jobs. So that's good. We don't even need these at the moment, then. We'll just, we should actually probably prioritize this next barracks. That's what I'm thinking. Yes. Now we are getting our tributes as well. Have they already arrived? They've just gotten here. That's good. Okay. Some extra lumber for our stores and some extra herbs as well. We may want to start considering actually getting an alchemy lab and turning these into medical salves. Because if we don't have any, and they are way too expensive, if we don't have any, then our warriors are just going to end up dying once they get really any kind of a wound. That's pretty much what happened to Killer Lion the first time around. And there's also a lot of people, of course, with the rutabaga as well. Rutabaga fever, that is. Now, see, this is one of the risks that we took. As you can see, the amount of forest bandits is now 10 here. And it is not going to get any easier, and they want to attack one of our cities soon as well, so not going to be very good. I'm not too sure how we're going to deal with this at this point. We have 9 total, including our including Neva, our commander here. Let's see. Do they have a chance? No. 50% is just probably not good enough here. So, it's getting dicey for sure. We have another Varn that we can hire. We may have to consider hiring somebody strong. But this is really, really putting us at way too high on the taxes. So I think we're just gonna have to... we may need to try to add 1 or 2 bowmen to this squad. I think if we have 2 bowmen, that constant damage that we can put out while our warriors are running in will be enough. Because the maces, they pretty much just help knock your people unconscious. And the other thing we could do is we could get the mace stun book. And that'll make it much more likely for them to knock their opponents unconscious, so that's another option. But we aren't getting the traitor very often, so I'm not too sure how good of an idea that is. Now, on another note, we actually have the dog merchant, and for 10 rings, we can get a dog, a loyal dog. I actually like this idea because if Sadabor gets attacked at all, that dog will actually protect us. He's got a 7 combat skill, so I think this is pretty good. It of course lowers our rings mood, but it looks like it got rid of it entirely. But we get a +12 that's permanent, and we can actually play with our dog periodically, and we'll get a +7 to our positive thoughts. So this is quite nice as well. Sadabor has a friend, and this does not count as having a lord, so I think it's totally fine for the purposes of this challenge. Now he's having his fun, play with the dog, and then you can't of course do that. We're gonna send you to do studying for the time being. And they actually did add a barking kind of ambiance, which is pretty cool. They didn't have that at first when the dogs first came out. Definitely adds a little immersion to the whole thing. Oh. And another cutthroat is dead. We haven't even needed the scaffolding because our patrols are just taking care of it so well. Now just taking a look at our finances, we did have the speculation on our meat, but It appears that the meat keeps jumping around on prices because we can set it down to 9 now with no issues. So one thing that might be nice to be able to get even more gold may actually be to start this trade route for the moonshine. Once we get the trader again, we can buy a couple of pieces of paper, start this trade route. But of course, we need to also try to stock up some moonshine in the meantime. We weren't able to do that for a few days because of the rutabaga shortage. We seem to be okay there now. We just need to make sure that we keep up on the inspections properly. It makes it impossible, in a way, because Sadibor essentially cannot leave the town for any length of time. So we can't even go and do this. Otherwise, he will fall behind on the inspections, or which, if he falls behind on any of these lumber mill inspections, then basically we get no lumber, and then we can't keep these rutabaga fields going. So it's definitely a management for sure. Now they are finally building this barracks. We're gonna go ahead and just cross that path over. Do the same thing here. There we go. We'll have enough now for 20 total warriors once we actually hire them. But I think that is where we're going to call it for this episode. So we're going to just take one more look. This is what we're going to do. So there are 10 of them. Hopefully they don't get any more than this. But we'll check what our success rate would be here. 51, okay. Not good enough. What we'll do... let's see. Sophia is trying to vassalize us again. Alright, so that's going to be a thing we're going to have to worry about. We're getting reinforcements, it looks like, of 7 and 7. It's not going to be enough. No, it's not going to be enough. Okay, so we might end up having to be vassalized by Sophia indeed. They look to have lost this city. This city was originally with these guys, the green. But that appears to have fallen apart as well. But it looks like Sophia's otherwise kept their whole kingdom together for quite a while here. So we may even be more stable in the end to be with them. But the most important thing is that we're going to try to defend Silverkeep from these bandits, and I think that's how we're going to try to take them out. We have 4 people with only daggers here, so it's not going to really add very much to the defense, but it'll add something at least. And it's not giving us a time frame, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it, because I don't want to send our warriors away too quickly, considering we do have vagabonds. But that's going to be it for this episode, so I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.